Hi, welcome back to Mike's Diabetes World. Okay, current blood sugar 6.3. Don't do this anymore because I don't have to worry about it. One blood sugar per week and it stays in line. I have 2.9 units of insulin active and I'm on a downward spiral. I was up pretty much the early afternoon. I went up to 9. Didn't go over though. That's a plus. During the night, I was kind of when basal was on, my blood sugar was up, basal and correction was on. When it dropped early in the evening, I settled right down and I slept. I fell asleep. I had a wonderful night's sleep. Then I came back up to 10 at 12, and now I'm coming down. So my blood sugar does fluctuate throughout the day. Your blood sugars aren't going to be perfectly steady. If you get blood sugars like that all the time, I think you're trying to be overzealous in your blood sugar control. Okay? Time and range, 100%. And I like this number too. My average sugar is 6.7. This is perfect. I know my doctor would like this a little bit more, but my plan now, 6.7. If it goes down to 6.2, I start thinking, oh, well, yeah, we're going to have to treat it. But in all, it comes out pretty good. Yay for me. Today, I want to talk to you about having type 1 diabetes and being isolated. So stay tuned, we'll be right back, and let's get going. This channel is provided for informational purposes only. Contact your physician for any diagnostic or treatment plan. Life as we know it now is certainly different than when I was first diagnosed. When I was first diagnosed, you were pretty well told, take this at this time, take this at this time, do your urine test, and everything will be great. If you do that, you won't have any problems. But you were the only one that had to do that. When I went back to school, it was Halloween. And of course, there were Halloween parties. I really wasn't invited to the Halloween parties because I had diabetes. Oh, you can't do this, you can't do that. So I was pretty well left off the guest list. That made me feel this small. There's something different about you now. So that was baggage that I had to carry on. But nowadays, the internet shows you other diabetics and how they're living, how they're progressing. Just remember, you're not the only diabetic out there anymore. And you should never feel that way. You should always be able to excel at what you want, and diabetes should never hold you down. I'm the exception to the rule, and it's not for me for lack of trying, but because my blood sugars are so erratic, it kind of stops me from excelling. I couldn't go rock climbing even if I wanted to, because I'd probably get up on a mountain somewhere, have a low blood sugar, and my blood sugars would tank for hours at a time. It wouldn't be a safe mode. I can't fly a plane, but who wants to fly? I don't want any young diabetic to feel that they can't do anything because they are a diabetic. Diabetes shouldn't be used as an excuse. It shouldn't put you, oh, I'm just going to go home and I'm going to be nice and quiet because I am a diabetic. You have rights to do whatever you want. If you want to go out and have a party, have a drink, then go out and have a drink if you are of age. Got to make sure we get that of age. You can take part in everything. Diabetes is so out there now, but it's also our type of diabetes. We're only 10% of the total diabetes number. So, of course, every diabetic, when you hear of someone being a diabetic, chances are it's type 2, and they really don't have that much in common. When I went through diabetic training, wasn't training, it was diabetic classes. Every time I was in the hospital, I had to go to diabetic classes. And you go there and you sit, and the classroom was filled with type 2. And the instructor, the nurse, whoever, would go off and talking all about diabetes and type 2 diabetes and how great it was. And then they'd say, oh, forget what we said about that for you. You're type 1, you're different. So even in the group of diabetes patients, we're singled out and we're different. Nowadays, there is a lot more type 1s. In this facility, there is another type 1. Granted, she's older, but she has lived through. And I met her today. So, type 2 works fine. Don't feel that you are that different. You need to learn how to live your life to be the best diabetic you can. Now remember, strive for excellence. Do things you're supposed to, and hopefully your results will follow. But if you can't reach those magical numbers, and again I say, today I got 100, but there are days I don't get 100. So I'm getting a lot more nowadays than I did before. But again, even because a group of diabetics, a group of type 1 diabetics, and you have people who are getting their blood sugars down, and you still are up around 9, 10, but they're getting like 3 or, let's go 4, 5, and 6. They're always in that category. Well, that's great. They have a plan that works for them. It's just you have to find the plan that works for you. You need to work with your doctor, your dietitian, your diabetic nurse. I never thought years ago that I'd get blood sugars like this. I was so far out of whack. And I'd have people tell me, well, you've got to get yourself under control. And I'd say, I'm trying. Well, you must be cheating. And that's another stigma that you have to carry on your back. Oh, you must. No, you must cheat. That's the only reason. I can remember I was quite sick. I had a bad cold, a really bad cold. And I came home from school. And I just didn't want to do anything. I came home and the lady we were living with at the time said, "Oh, you're high. You look how you always look when you're high. You're not ill, you're just high blood sugar." Well, I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, but yet I'm high. Nothing's going to really work. Sorry. Keeping yourself within control is a two-way street. First of all, you have to try to do your best and doing everything you need to do. Your blood tests, your taking your insulin at time, eating correctly will all help your blood sugars. Seeing your doctor, making your doctor's appointment will all make your blood sugars come down, and eventually no one really even has to know. I've talked to you in other videos about work and that, and in other situations where it could be safer for you to let someone else know, but it doesn't have to be, excuse me, out in the open. But for your safety. And when people see that, yes, you have diabetes, but you can be part of the group, things will change for you. When I started to work in a store, and I went through times where my blood sugars were so out there that I was, oh yeah, he doesn't take care of himself. And to tell you the truth, I probably wasn't. I then went to work in the office, and just same time, I started to do my blood sugars 4 times a day, take insulin, keeping my blood sugar down. And you know what? Things started to turn around. I still have problems, but I keep on it. And that's what you need to do. Let people know that you're not going to be singled out just because you have diabetes. Take part in anything you want. Don't let diabetes hold you back for any reason. And with that, we're going to call it a day. I'll be right back with tomorrow's topic. My next vlog topic will be Hey, tomorrow is... What is tomorrow? Seems like something important. Tomorrow is Control Day Eve, and we're going to go over everything we discussed and to get you ready for Control Day. So, see you tomorrow, 8 a.m. Pacific time. Have a great day, and we'll talk again soon. But my email is mikesdiabetesworld@gmail.com. Mike's Diabetes World at gmail.com.